The movie star here. Look at this look. I mean, you look amazing.
Thank you.
So what is it like coming out here to Comic-Con? I mean, this is the second season you're promoting, and it's just taken off like crazy.
It's amazing. I know, it's really wonderful because I'm a really big nerd myself. I used to come to Comic-Con all the time. I came for like 5 years in a row. I'd sleep in a bathtub. I'd share a room with 10 dudes. I didn't care. I just wanted to come here. And so now to be on the other side of things and get to promote such an amazing show to fans is like such an honor. I think I'm the only person in the cast who actually used to come to Comic-Con on their own. Yeah, but I love it. I love it here. The vibe is so open and supportive. And getting to see people walk around dressed as Alice is kind of a dream come true because we live in a bubble when we're shooting and we forget that this thing exists in the world. And so we come here and we're like, oh yeah, it's a thing. It's like a show. Because it's so close to us there.
So tell us about Alice, because you got all these powers and now they're all gone now.
Yeah.
How are you going to handle this?
Not well. I mean, Alice was naturally born into magic, so she's known magic her whole life and has a complicated relationship with it. But I don't know. I mean, she learned so much as a Niffin that we don't even know about yet. I mean, I think it will slowly be revealed what it was that she experienced in Niffin land, because Niffin world is in a different time zone. So she could have been there for 50 years, we don't know. So there was a lot that she experienced before she got forced to be a human again. So I think we'll be exploring that this season.
So at the end we saw there was a little spark of magic. Are you going to have a bigger hand in that, bringing it back?
I hope so. Honestly, we don't know what is going on. We just started shooting. We've only read a couple scripts. None of us know where the season is going other than a couple bullet points, but I know that we're all looking for magic, and Alice is hell-bent on finding it, so I think she'll probably do whatever it takes to get it.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and talking with us.
Yeah,
we really
appreciate
it.
It's hard being king. Elliot's not prepared to take on that role, as you might know from season 2, and I think season 3 is throwing him into all sorts of even more difficult circumstances. He's really having to rise to the occasion even more so. I think you see him kind of come into his own as a young man, as a budding ruler. At the end of season 2, he's really trying to do right by his duty, which he didn't really take seriously when it was first thrust upon him. And season 3, I think we'll see him really evolve and really try to find out who he is outside of magic. I think that's a really big question for him, because he's someone who essentially found who he was because of his ability. And it was a real defining moment for him. So, yeah, it should be interesting.
So now that you actually have one of each as a king, what is it like to have these fans on both sides of the aisle lusting?
One of each, right?
You have
goodness.
Both sides.
Well, I think the Fen situation was not something that he ever would have agreed to if he didn't have to. She's not exactly his type, and I think the impending marriage with Idri was cut short at the end of season 2. I truly hope that Elliot gets an opportunity to explore that relationship. I think that there's a lot of potential there. I love the actor Leonard Roberts who plays him. I think that he's absolutely phenomenal, total class act, and a joy to work with. And I love Brittany Curran just as well, who plays Sven. In a way, I think Elliot is more suited to perhaps someone like Margo on the female side of things, on the female spectrum, which is always a relationship that will endure regardless of the hardships that their friendship has put through.
Well, we really appreciate you coming out to talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
So much.
What a pleasure. Thank you.
I got to ask you, resting bitch face. It's like a professional skill with you.
Well, I'm going to show you. This is what my face looks like when I'm not smiling and I'm thinking about happy thoughts. So it's just kind of my face. And my whole life, ever since I was a little kid, people would come up to me and be like, "Why are you so sad?" And then as I got older, it's like, "Are you mad?" I never am any of those things. When people ask me that, it's literally just my face.
So what are you looking forward to about Margo this next season?
Oh my God. I mean, it's always kind of like Christmas with Margo. I mean, she's such a great character, and I was just telling somebody else, I don't know how I'm going to top it. I don't know how I'm ever going to find a character that I love this much and that I'm so consistently surprised by the writing. They just have such a great handle on her and who she is, especially going into the 3rd season now. I mean, I love that she has one eye now. I think that's really fun. I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh my God, I don't have an eye," and like get really weird and vain about it, which I did for like a minute. But
I
it's
did
a really
love the Jack Sparrow comment.
I mean, it's such a great tool for comedy. And it's like, it's an exercise. It really is. And that's what I love most about the Magicians. When we walk away from the show, we're going to be stronger actors because we have to make such exceptional circumstances work and be funny, but also sad and grounded all at the same time. So.
Well, we really appreciate you coming out. I know there's a lot of people who want to talk to you. But thank you so much. I'm going through a little heartbreak on here.
Yeah, it never ends, huh?
So we saw a spark at the end. Tell us what's going to happen here coming back. We need more magic in the world.
Yeah, well, we're sort of at like I like this idea of the loss of magic because we've kind of laid in Easter eggs throughout the past seasons that like all of the great inventors of today had like been magicians. Mm-hmm. Nikola Tesla was a magician. And so what happens then if these inventions that these magicians created begin to fail because magic no longer exists? Are airplanes falling out of the sky and does it go so far that the moon and the gravitational pull of the moon was part magic, and are the tides still working? Are the seasons getting f***ed up?
Like an EMP for the world.
Yeah, we're like in a global energy crisis. Mm-hmm. And so it's certainly a struggle for these characters because they loved magic and it's like a part of their identity, and all of the personal bullshit that comes with that. But I think we're in a global crisis, and there's a responsibility, a larger responsibility than they ever could have imagined would exist for them.
So what's it like having the fan bases is growing so fast? What is it like with this fan base this year?
It's radical. I mean, I honestly, I can't believe it. I get recognized all the time, and it's really bizarre, but people are amazing and really kind and seem to really appreciate the work, and this show is has qualities of fluff and magic and fantasy, but at its core it's about humanity, and it's a coming of age story, and I think people are really responding to that, and that's what people come to me about, but it's also what Quentin mostly deals with. So
right. Well, we really appreciate you coming out and talking to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and continued success with the show.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
It.
We got no magic now except for a little spark. What do we got coming back now?
Fairies.
Fairies are in charge of everything.
Yeah.
Even on Earth?
No.
They're the shadow rulers occupying Fillory, which makes a lot of trouble for Margo and Elliot and anyone else stuck on Fillory.
But they're also on Earth.
Really? Are you hiding them?
I'm not.
Do we have to clap a lot to bring them back, or?
So interesting, the kind of mythology on Earth that's sprung up around fairies.
Exactly.
We actually get into that this season.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
So there's going to be more on Earth than there is. Are we going to do a lot on both sides?
Not more. There's just more.
There's just more.
The most on Fillory.
Okay. So what's in store for the characters depth-wise this year? Where are they going? Are we going to have more interrelationships, or?
Yeah, our characters cannot stay out of each other's business. Mm-hmm. So safe to say,
or pants.
Yeah, safe to say they get in trouble. They can't keep it to themselves. They all want the same thing this season. They just want magic back. Right. They know better on a certain level, or they thought they did. They didn't handle magic very well when they had it, for the most part, but the world was a better place for them when magic existed. So they have a quest this season to restore it, and they're working together as much as they can.
Well, we really appreciate you guys coming out and talk to us. We really love the show.
Thank you.
Continued success. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.